Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts about how I see the job market, especially for Middle East. That is, I focus predominantly on UAE, how it's going to go from now to December and maybe next year. And this is based on the trends that I have been observing for quite some time, for, I would say, post-COVID, how things have moved on. All right. And feel free to put your thoughts and comments down below. Now, in case you're new to my channel, I'm wondering who's this tattooed guy and what's he talking about Dubai. I lived in Dubai 40 years. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs, especially in the Middle East, UAE, specifically Dubai, because I know the loopholes of the system. And I've been doing this for, I think, nearly 20 years now. And well, given the fact that I'm making a livelihood, shows that, well, I'm good at what I do. And people also book my services for personal and professional coaching. Okay, details in the description. So now comes, what do I see? My projection. Okay, how do I look at it? See, very simple. There are a couple of things you will agree with me. One is, during COVID, everything was shut down. Okay, we know that, I know that, you know that. However, Dubai had this bold, the leadership, which I have to admire, that they decided not to be the sheep. They decided to not follow protocol. They said, no, we will open it up. We'll follow protocol, but we will open it up. And they started getting people. And then by the time, US realized, okay, we are just bored with Afghanistan. Time to sell more weapons. Let's create some chaos and instigate the war. And lo and behold, Putin started his focus towards Ukraine, and many Ukrainians, many Russians, they ran away from there. Then obviously they're looking, where do we invest our money? Where do we settle down? Where do we go from here? So given the fact that UAE was the only country that announced its opening, all these high net worth individuals, HNI, okay, they jumped over to UAE. And then obviously Europe, people were frustrated and they're tired of the rain and tired of everything cold. And they were like, where do we go? Sunshine. Okay, we prefer this country that has good sunshine, combed beaches, good hotels, and they're giving us special offers. We are jumping there. And then obviously word spread around, and then we had even people from India, so many countries jumping all the way to UAE. And that is exactly why UAE then introduced gold visa, silver visa, investor visa, creative visa, then purple visa. I don't know what all kinds of visas. And initially everyone was showing their passport with a visa as if it was a badge of honor. Oh, I got the visa. And obviously we had B.R. Shetty, who got the first, Yusuf Ali, the billionaire, who got the first gold visa or whatever. Then B.R. Shetty had to show, hey, he got, even I got. And then Upan and all of those big businessmen showed. And then B.R. Shetty got booted out. Anyway, that's a different story. So now people are no longer bragging about it because everyone has. And doctors and nurses were given a lot of perks. Don't have to worry. Don't need to keep renewing. Just pay for whatever amount we charge. We'll give you the visa. Okay. So now they revived the economy by calling me. See, when people invest money in your country, or they come to your country with a lot of money, then they want to spend. So when they started to buy stuff, whether it's a Rolex watch or whether it's a car or whether they go to a restaurant to eat food, wow, there's business happening. So people are like, The owners are like, oh, there are people coming to eat in my restaurant. Good, good. Call our staff back. Call our staff back. Before we managed with the skeleton staff of 4 or 5 people, get 8 to 10 because it's houseful. Okay, so now they're making good business. Supermarkets started to sell. Okay, we'll place the order. I want this. So you have to employ drivers. So it became like a domino effect. Restaurant had customers, so he had to bring in staff. Then he needs raw materials. For raw materials, you need to get people who will do the driving and transportation. Then you need the suppliers. So everything one by one. Supermarkets, entertainment zones, restaurants, everything. Okay, everything went back to normal. Everyone's happy. And that in turn led to more jobs being created. And when these guys have a lot of money, see, people with money, who are rich, they want to be richer. So obviously they wanted to invest. I have 1 million just sitting around. Why don't I start a business and invest somewhere? And they would hunt for talent. What can you do with this business? Okay, you'll start the shop. What can I expect if I invest with you? Or this is the return you'll get. Okay, we'll start this business or that business. So the economy started to run. And which in turn attracted more people because they started advertising vacancies. And there was this massive boom, absolutely massive boom after COVID with the number of people getting jobs. Okay, I'll tell you, it was unbelievable. People who used to keep asking me for my services for free, their resumes were crap. They literally got jobs. They literally got, and it was so funny that their English was not good or they bluffed in their CV. They didn't care. They had to fill up this quota, especially if you see Emirates Airlines now, they've terminated everyone. Now the HR is in tremendous pressure to get people coming back. So they are advertising, and they're saying, we give yearly bonus and all that. And that is a trick which I told you about, how they give the bonuses. So they are trying their level best to get more people. And the HR department they have to do their job. This is the company. Why the hell do I have an HR if you can't recruit people? I don't care. Get people within this week. 5 positions or 10 positions have to be filled. Okay. So initially they were employing left, right, and center. They didn't give a damn. But like I always tell you, market correction takes place. Okay. Initially there is a tsunami of business and this and that, but then it has to settle down. Nah? It can't keep more people and more people and more people. If you have a restaurant, you have 10 tables. Fine, you can reach up to 10 tables, and then you'll say, please, you have to wait in line. Then you'll have maybe the next 10 tables, they will stand in line. Maybe the next, they'll stand in line. But there'll be a limit, right? People are not going to wait there for 3 hours, 4 hours just to have food, unless you are some exclusive brand that the whole world is dying for. So even in terms of UAE, business was coming in. So if this guy had a restaurant, he was like, all my 10 tables are filled. What'll I do? So, okay, let me open another business, open a branch. I'll get revenue there also. Good. See, people who come to Dubai, they are very ambitious. They want to make money fast. Dubai is like the Fast and Furious franchise. It has to make money fast, both for you and for the country. So I know some guys who opened up 3 branches, 4 branches. We've seen this during the crypto boom, man. How many people were opening up crypto companies, crypto institutions, crypto this, crypto that, crypto training, crypto seminars. And even though I was totally against crypto, people are laughing at me and saying, what the hell do you know? You're jealous. You're a beggar living half naked. You know nothing, jack shit. We are going to be millionaires, billionaires. And even UAE announced in the newspaper, we are going to be the future for crypto. We are going to have the crypto hub. And UAE likes to exaggerate with all these big dramatic announcements. Crypto crashed and everyone vanished. There were even news that one guy is starting up a business venture where he'll take other people's money and buy 110,000 crypto and this and that and NFT and all that nonsense was going on. You know that guy Nas Daily. Dubai is happening. Yes, you have to see and blah, blah, blah. then crashed. So even jobs boom went up. They predicted big things. That is why the rents went up like crazy, because obviously people a lot of black money. They want to invest and sell and make money fast. So if you have 100,000, you can buy a house for cheap, 80,000, and then you can sell it for 120. You made 40,000 profit. So it was like a fast, business transaction, gambling, whatever you can call it. However, drawbacks. Market correction, like I told you, you can't have forever people coming in here. At some point, they're going to stop coming in. And then just like the waves, no? And they pull back. And some people came for holidays, some people came for this. So people must have thought, oh, from 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, people are just coming. They predicted 1 million will come, 10 million will come, 25 million will come. But many came for a very short term. They were just frustrated. They were locked in the house. They had the money, but it's like you didn't have sex for 6 months. You just wanted to have sex like mad, but after 1-2 weeks, everyone went back. UAE did whatever it could to capitalize on this, from making that peace accord with Israel to new visas to making restrictions on business. So the tsunami came in, but soon when people started to withdraw, now like that example I gave, one guy opened up one business, then he opened up 4-5 branches because he thought it's going to be full. But now business started to trickle down. So where he had full tables, 10 people, 10 tables all filled. Now he had 5 tables full here, 3 tables here, nobody there. So then they have to do, like the first point, market correction. So they shut down the sick units. They have to cut down on their losses. When market correction takes place, people will lose their jobs. Okay, that is one. And always remember, the employer will always try to keep the best, whom he'll compare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's the best among them? Okay, this is number one. Who's the second best? And maybe last two he'll kick out. And then obviously he'll tell these guys, you have to manage. If there's more work, you come overtime. I don't care. So market correction will take place and many people will lose their jobs, which is happening now. The second thing is, this Emiratization, this news that came in. That also hits companies' bottom line. It's not that these Emiratis are going to take your job, because if they come for your job, they will ask for 10 times more the salary of an expat. I'm talking of an Indian or Asian. Okay. And if they do come to replace a Gora, that is Western expat, they better know the job better than them. Only then it makes sense. Okay. Otherwise, most of the Emiratis who will work for expatriate companies, they want a good salary. They want good perks and benefits, and they don't want to be treated like an employee. They want to be treated like a big boss. Yeah, in multinational companies, you have to follow protocol. But Emiratis would love to target government companies. That is their dream, because the benefits that are offered there for you, for your family, for your children, for insurance, for retirement fund, nobody can match that. So the first is government. The second is multinational companies, where it becomes mandatory. Obviously, they'll remove the least performing guy. But when it comes to smaller companies and local companies, guys will say, man, I have to employ this guy or I get fined. They'll take it as tax. So they'll push these guys to work more. In my previous video, I told you, out of 10 people, they'll remove 5 and tell these 5 guys, listen, you better work twice as hard or you can, bye-bye, I'll give someone else a job. Okay. So this Emiratization will impact the bottom line. Number 3 is, this is a sad reality, but there are plenty of people who are willing to work for cheap. It's a sad reality. See, someone who wants to be in the UAE, who has lived in the UAE, let's say 10 years, 20 years, and he's not getting a job for months. Let's say he's asking 10,000 dirhams per month, and he has not got a job for months. At first, he'll say, no, I will not accept anything less than 10,000. I want at least 12,000, 15,000, fine. 1 month, no job. 2 months, no job. 3 months, no job. 4, 5, 6, 7. He's eating into his savings. Finally, he'll be like, okay, if you give me 10,000, I'm happy. And then if he still doesn't get a job, he'll say, okay, see, I was getting 10,000. If you can give me 10, it'll be great, but I'll be okay with 9 and 8. So they are ready to come down. So this, what happens is, it creates a domino effect of people asking for less. And that does not mean just because they're asking for less that they are cheap or they don't have quality. Sometimes you don't have an option. Just like these people from India who are coming, oh my goodness, sometimes I share with my group. The guy is getting, for example, $1,000 a month, and they actually write down in the email, my previous salary is $1,000. I'm looking for $15,000 per month. $10,000 per month. Boss, from where the hell do you come up with these figures? If you're getting $1,000, reasonable amount is 1,500 or 2,000. No, this is Dubai. Dubai is expensive. Oh, it's people are rich and lifestyle expensive. So that means if you go to USA, you'll ask for, if you're getting 1,000 and you go to USA, because USA is super expensive, what will you ask? $50,000? $100,000? I don't know where. So the point I'm trying to say is, just because you ask for more doesn't mean you are amazing. And just because people ask for less, that doesn't mean they are cheap labor. Sometimes it's just this situation. It's a desperation. And I've met many people like that. So there will be more cheap labor, which brings to point number 4, that is competition increases. Emiratization is not going to create direct competition for the lower levels, but for the high salaried guys. There'll be some who have enjoyed 20, 30 years in a position, or who enjoy big salaries. The government will say, you better take this guy. So then they'll have to choose, okay, this guy, he gets a big salary. Maybe this guy is smart enough. I'll give him the job. See, that also happens. And remember, it's not just competition on Emiratis. Today, the world is a global hub. The people from Russia, from America, from Canada, from Germany, France, all these countries, they'll come down. And India itself, with its 1 billion population, I mean, it's unbelievable how many people are coming for jobs. Many of them, they never knew anything about Dubai. And how I know this, they send me messages, because I get messages they just land in Dubai and they don't know what the hell to do. And they're like, now what do I do? And then they send me the message because they are having a Google search. So competition does increase a lot. I'll tell you this. And there are employers who literally tell their agents to search for people from India itself. Okay. So competitions increase. Then point number 5 is, see, those who have their jobs, one guy corrected me. He said, Loy, you're saying in your previous video, oh, don't have to worry, you'll not lose your job. But then you're saying that out of 10 people, 5 will lose their job. What I meant to say was, those who really do their job well, you have nothing to worry about. If you do your job well, you work hard, you give them your time, effort, money, expertise, you don't have to worry. But if you are just that, I work for 8 hours, I'll do only how much is required, and you're dying to have a balanced life, dying to go home and dying to be with the family and enjoy with your friends, and you just do the bare minimum, the owner will have to make a choice. 5 people have to kill 2, or not kill, terminate 2. They will always choose the ones to keep the best for them. The rest they'll say, I can make do without these guys. Number 6 is, because of the increasing rents, which is unbelievable, the inflation which cannot be controlled, the Emiratization, the hidden taxes, the unwanted fines, the small increases from SALIC to parking to this charge, that charge, all this expenses, they have to resort to cost savings. And I've always told you this. The biggest culprit in terms of expense is salaries. Salaries is an overhead. That is why a company would rather give you a bonus of, let's say, 500 or $1,000 or one salary bonus, rather than increase your salary, because then they don't want, because they calculate their budget every year. No, they don't want the expenses shooting up and up. And if they increase one guy's salary, the other guy will get hurt and jealous, and then it becomes a ruckus here. And last, if not the least, ever since this chat GPT and open AI and all these websites have come with these resumes giving bombastic words. Oof. Some of the CVs I've seen, just imagine a guy's, what was his name? Irfan. Irfan Iqbal or something. Irfan something. The guy's CV was like, very classy and good graphics and photograph smart. And I was like, wow, okay. And um, he wanted to take my service for the interview. Okay. And he just said 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, I was like, okay, I'll give you this rate. He found that affordable. The guy, his CV is really like wordy and modernized with English and graphics and all that. He couldn't communicate clearly a proper paragraph, sentence, yes, but a paragraph of English. And I was absolutely shocked. And I asked him, who the hell made your CV, man? Just out of curiosity. And he told me that he paid all this, freelancers, and he did with OpenAI and these websites for resume, and he copied from other people's thing. But now it comes down to you talking face to face. And there he completely bundled up. I was not able to, other than give him few basic points. I told him, boss, you're misleading people. It's like having an Instagram photograph where you use so much of filters that you make yourself look slim and fairer skin and beautiful and attractive and sexy. But when the guy meets you, you're like a blubbery mass of pimples and you're fat and you're short. And it's not going to work here. So the last point that I want to give you is employers you can't fool them. You can't fool the HR, you can't fool the employers. They can see through it. And now I think there are these new detection softwares to figure out, is this CV copied? Okay. Just as you have software that can make a CV, there are softwares that can detect whether the CV was made, copied by, or manufactured by AI. And uh, that's, with Zoom, now it's become very easy to avoid all the clutter and just talk to them and figure out, oh, your CV is good. Okay. Talk to me. And that's why they get punctured. And remember, once you apply to one place, you can't apply again. That is why I guess I've been in the business for 20 years. People predicted ever since OpenAI would come, I would lose all my clients and personal branding. In fact, it has increased because now almost every Tom, Dick, and Harry is using OpenAI websites, and it's becoming a mess. I told you this. End of the day, the human touch, nobody can replace. Anyway, this is a summary of the overall job market for this year. Like I told you, correction is going to take place. They're going to focus on getting cheaper labor or better ROI for their investment. It's going to be highly competitive. Survival of the fittest. The people who are already there, they don't want to lose their jobs. Then cost savings will be a major factor. You'll have more cautious employers who will see through it. Emiratization is going to cause a little bit of a headache, especially for the bottom line. And last but not the least, keep in mind that when you have people who have to survive, they will accept a cheaper salary just to stay in the country because they can't leave the country and start all over again and take their family. And many countries, they don't recognize the experience that you have in the Middle East, especially India, Indians. When they see an Indian come back, oh, refugee, wapas aaya, like you came back. And they totally discount the experience that is there. Anyway, this is what I see. Tough times are going to be far ahead. In conclusion, tough times are going to be there. If you're not the best, you'll not survive. And yes, be actively, I told you this. Forget this LinkedIn, Naukri, all these bullshit, this thing. It's become like a Facebook nuisance. Have a proper strategy to apply for a job. And while you are having a job, work on yourself, and look out for better opportunities. And that's the only way to survive. Make sure that you're perfect. Your resume, your interview skills, your marketing skills, networking skills, and a perfect strategy. I can challenge you this. You will succeed because you'll be much better off than a guy who's like a headless chicken who is just sending CVs, meeting people randomly, bullshitting, and doesn't work. All right. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.